Hi guys, welcome to Adam McKola TV's MUFC transfer talk. This is the third one of the transfer window. Hope you guys are all doing well. Thank you all for joining me as well. Jacob, Sumilov, Anonymous, Louis, everybody else, Mohammed in the comments. Thank you all for getting involved today. Hope you guys are well at home. As it is, there's bad news coming out of Spain. Bad news if it's true anyway. Bad news is Antoine Griezmann is reported to have agreed a new deal at Atletico Madrid. Yes, AS are reporting Antoine Griezmann has agreed a new contract at Atletico Madrid. No idea how long that contract is, whether there's a release clause in it, but the disappointing news is it looks like Antoine Griezmann is not going to be our player this summer. Yesterday on Transfer Talk, we briefly spoke about Antoine Griezmann, and following the decision to upheld the transfer ban, to keep the transfer ban in play for Atletico Madrid. That reason has caused Antoine Griezmann to reject the move and stay at Atletico Madrid. Now this comes after weeks and weeks of speculation. Him saying that it's 6 out of 10 that he's going to join Manchester United. United getting into the Europa League. Then apparently he'd handed in a transfer request. And then it seemed like we had to wait for that news on the transfer ban appeal that Atletico Madrid were currently in. Now, I do imagine that Jose Mourinho has had a plan for this in place, because I'm sure the club wouldn't have just realised that there was a potential there for Atletico Madrid to get this ban. I'm sure the club wouldn't have just realised that. So I have no doubts that Jose Mourinho wouldn't have just thought, yes, Griezmann's coming in, that's a definite, and wouldn't have had any backup plans. I'm sure that's the case. So if this is true, that he has signed that deal for Atletico Madrid, it all but writes the move off for this summer. And you have to admire his loyalty to Atletico Madrid there. Look, we know he wanted to move. We know he wanted to leave. We know he wanted to join Manchester United. All those things were obvious. We know United wanted him, obvious. Now, we didn't know Atletico Madrid would get this ban. Now that they have this ban, he's showing some sort of loyalty to them. He doesn't want to leave them out in the lurch. And I can appreciate that. Because look, you may say he's only been there for 3 or 4 years at Atletico Madrid. He hasn't won much there at Atletico Madrid. But he is loved at Atletico Madrid. They have brought him to the position he is in world football at the moment. So I kind of admire his and respect his loyalty to them. I admire that and respect that. Now, a lot of bitter Reds at the moment, and there's a few of them in these comments as well, that are saying that fuck him and is a wanker and this, that and the other. And I don't share that opinion at all. Hasib is saying, Giggs has said we don't know if the deal is off. Listen, Giggs doesn't know what's going on at Manchester United at the moment. He was asked a question by Sky Sports following the reports that United had withdrawn from the bid. If you read the story, the way the context is, Ryan Giggs was not talking after the rumours or the news that he had signed it. So Hassan again saying he's messed up our plan. How has he messed up our plan? He doesn't owe us anything. Yes, Jose may have had him in the plans to sign him, but come on, he doesn't owe us anything. He's not a Man United player. He's not a Man United fan. He doesn't owe us anything. He owes more to Atletico Madrid. And look, we don't know what the scenario is here. Remember when Ronaldo left Manchester United? He offered us 1 more year. He stayed for 1 more year, and Sir Alex Ferguson let him go. David De Gea, he stayed at Manchester United because of a fax machine, and now he's staying here. He's still here, but we still kind of feel that one day he may leave and join Real Madrid. And I still think the same can be said with Antoine Griezmann. He isn't that old, and he could still make the move in a season, next summer. Surely he could make that move then. So I wouldn't write off the Antoine Griezmann move completely, but it looks like following this news, it's not going to happen this summer. Yeah? So that's the case at the moment. We've got Islamic reminders in here. Shafmir, Momit, Farhan, Hussein. All you guys, how are you doing? Thank you for joining us. Thank you for getting your comments in. Hassan says he bottled it. Fucking hell, man. Some of these guys, I love you all for getting involved in that. But come on, man. You've got to have a level head about you. I know you guys are probably disappointed that Griezmann ain't going to be at Man United. I am too. But you've got to be realistic about it. He owes us absolutely fuck all. He owes us nothing. United ain't going to go in for him in January because Atletico would still be in the same position and he's likely to be European Cup tied. So you guys just need to relax a little bit. Look, he's not signing, and the positives about this are it is June the 3rd today. June the 2nd today. It's June the 2nd today, and we know Griezmann isn't coming. That's great. It hasn't dragged on into July. It hasn't done all of that. And you guys criticising him, yeah? Let's say this. There's also been reports that Antoine Griezmann called Manchester United to advise them of the deal being unable to go ahead. He called United, called Mourinho and said, look, it can't happen. So I would not write off the fact that when Griezmann has signed this deal with Atletico Madrid, he's staying. He's saying that, look, eventually I want to leave, but I'm going to do you this favour right now. That's a big possibility. And also when he's signed this agreement and he's called Manchester United to say that the deal's off, you never know what could have happened there. Did United tell him, look, yo, we still want you next summer? So you guys just need to relax a little bit, man. Antoine Griezmann owes us nothing. He owes more to Atletico Madrid. They are unable to sign players. And he has said, look, I can't do this to them. I owe them so much that I'm not going to just turn my back on them when they can't replace me. You've got to respect that. And if we're playing players who have that level of maturity and level of respect for their clubs, then if we're signing a player like that in the future, that's exciting as well, because he's not just going to walk out on us like that either. So it is refreshing to see. But of course now, we have to ask the questions. Where do Manchester United go now in this transfer window? Alex is in the comments. How you doing, Alex? He says Jose will have something up his sleeve. Someone that no one has even thought about. There's that very big possibility as well. Thank you for giving the stream a like, Manny. And thank you for joining us. If you are doing something else, and of course you catch this live stream after it has been live, then thank you for joining us, and thank you for joining us later. Of course, hit that subscribe button, hit that notifications button, so you can find out when I do go live. Umkar says this was karma for the fax machine. It could be. It could be. JD, how you doing, man? I hope you're well, mate. James from Hull and Blackburn. Hope you're well. Good to see it from you again. Do you think this contract extension thing is true? Because he's playing for France right now. You can still agree deals. Deals can still be agreed. Agents represent a lot of players. So even if he is playing for France, I'm not surprised. Where is Monday's Skype video, says Jay. I'm not too sure. You'll have to ask Full Time Devils. I'm going to be live on Full Time Devils at 11 p.m. UK time tonight. Mohammed says, does this mean James Rodriguez is coming in? I'm not too sure. I really do like James Rodriguez. I think he's a fantastic talent. I think he's a fantastic player. But James Rodriguez coming to Manchester United, he doesn't strike me as a Jose Mourinho signing. I can't imagine Jose Mourinho signing him. Edge of Sanity says, no JC for PM t-shirt. Not got one on today, but I got something in the locker for that one. Hold tight, Corbin. We got over 250 people in here at the moment, guys. Thank you for joining us. Please do hit that like button right now as well. Hit that like button so we can continue to interact with more people. More people can find our streams and all that good stuff. So make sure you hit that like button. Let's all calm down and not jump to conclusions. There are other targets, says Zayn. Griezmann works hard defensively. James doesn't, says Real Enigma. And like I say, he doesn't strike me as a Jose Mourinho signing. James Rodriguez doesn't. Great player, goals, assists, skill. He's got all of that, but he doesn't look like a Jose Mourinho signing to me. I don't know what you guys think, whether you agree with that or not, but he doesn't strike me as a Jose player. Fabinho, Varane, says Farhan. Fabinho wouldn't surprise me. I can't see Manchester United getting Varane. I can't see Real Madrid selling Varane to us. They did sell Di Maria to us. They have sold big players in the past. Ozil to Real Madrid. Ozil to Arsenal. But can I see Varane ending up at Manchester United? I'm not sure. NYC says, what about Morata? Morata, again, a quality player, but Will he fit in at Manchester United? Will he fit in the system under Jose Mourinho? Will he fit in the Premier League? A lot of question marks over him. But again, he's a talented player. He wouldn't be my first choice. Dybala or James, I would go for Dybala, but both fantastic players as Kiel. I don't think Dybala will end up at Manchester United. Either is unlikely to leave Juventus surely this summer, unless you guys have heard something else. We need a DM, says Purdeep. NYC says, what about Mbappe? Now look, Mbappe's a fantastic talent, incredible talent. Great goals, great skill, great speed. But do I think Mbappe's going to end up at Man United? I hope not. And that's the honest answer, because we've got young strikers. We've got strikers in and around his age. Marcus Rashford, Anthony Martial. I think we need someone a little bit older. Even like with Lukaku potentially coming in. Like, I want Lukaku at Man United. I always have. I think he's a fantastic player. But Romelu Lukaku at Manchester United, is that good for Martial and Rashford? I'm not too sure. And that's the honest answer there. But again, I'd be so excited by some of those players. Governor says, did I see the Rio Ferdinand Jose Mourinho interview? I saw a bit of it. And I need to go back to that actually. You've just reminded me to watch the rest of it. I can't remember, I got distracted in the middle of watching it. And I need to go back to that. But I did enjoy it while I was watching it. Someone else says, Lukaku is a fraud. I disagree with that. Look, I'm sceptical of his first touch at times. He's not great. Sometimes his second touch is a tackle. We've got over 300 people in here now, so the likes should be well over 100. We've only got 90 likes. Hit that fucking like button, guys. Come on. As for Romelu Lukaku, look. Romelu Lukaku, fantastic striker. Gets goals. Very strong, quick. Would be a nice number 9 leading the line. But again, is that good for Rashford and Martial? Not sure. But what people have got to see is, all these names that I hear coming out after Griezmann. So people are saying, we should sign Griezmann. And then Griezmann doesn't come. And now people are saying, what about Lukaku? Lukaku and Griezmann are nothing alike. Griezmann was the perfect replacement, long-term replacement for Wayne Rooney. Playing in behind the striker, scoring goals, making goals, doing all that stuff. He was the perfect replacement for Wayne Rooney. Now at the moment we can't get him, but Griezmann was the perfect replacement in that position. In that number 10 position we still have Mata, we still have Mkhitaryan, we have a young player in Andreas Pereira who's believed to be coming back to the squad. Now, we do need more goals in this team. We need a lot more goals in this team. But where do we put them goals? Like, this is the big questions that gotta be asked by Jose Mourinho. I'm glad Jose's got to make these decisions because it's a difficult summer. Who do we sign? Who do we let go? I think Wayne Rooney's going to be off. So we need to replace someone as that figure in the team. Griezmann was the likely replacement. Now that's not going to happen. Who is it? People talking about Lukaku. People talking about Harry Kane. Don't think Harry Kane would ever join Manchester United. I think Jose Mourinho would have to suck off Daniel Levy on live TV to make that move happen. It's not going to happen. Harry Kane ain't going to end up at Man United. But people talking about these number 9 signing for Manchester United. They are not replacements for Antoine Griezmann. They do not do the same things. So, yeah, man. Like, Lukaku, I would love him at United, but look, we got to be sensible this summer. And we've got to remember we do have Marcus Rashford coming through. You've got to remember, yes, we do need goals, but those right signings have to be made in the right areas. I still think there's a lot more to come from the team and the players that we do have at the moment as well. So, how do we get more out of the players that we have? Which players do we bring in? It's interesting. Allianz makes the point of Chicharito. Now, Chicharito could possibly be an ideal signing. Again, he's not like Antoine Griezmann, so he could play potentially in that number 9 area, as Marcus Rashford has done, even though Chicharito's first touch and his passing is shit. His natural goal-scoring abilities are fantastic. And he could be the kind of player that would be happy to come and be a squad player, get goals as well, and he would add goals to the team. But I think a lot of people, if we signed him, would be like, that's it, underwhelmed. And that's what I think a lot of people have got to get their heads around. we're going to make some signings that are probably underwhelming. When I see Ivan Perisic linked to Manchester United, I feel a little bit underwhelmed by that. I don't get excited by that signing. Yes, the Griezmanns get me excited, but the Perisic doesn't. But he's a decent player. And Jose Mourinho may see him as someone that can fill in that squad, positioning the squad fantastically well. Vincent says, don't you feel like Griezmann has been teasing us? Maybe we've been teasing ourselves. Yes, 2 weeks ago, he said 6 out of 10 to Manchester United. But before then, I never heard him talk about Manchester United. Do you think Dimitri Mitchell could replace Luke Shaw at left back next season, says Sam? I think he could, but I don't think he should. I think Luke Shaw should still be here next season. John says, Alexis Sanchez, that's all he says. I don't think Arsenal would sell him to us. I think we could force them to make a move, but I don't see that being the way we would go. It would be a fantastic signing. He'd be a Jose Mourinho signing. But I don't see that as one that's going to happen. I just don't. I can't see him coming to Manchester United at all. So, guys, feel free to get your questions in right now as well. Get your questions in, because I'm done talking about Antoine Griezmann. And I think this may be the last time we talk about Antoine Griezmann as the topic of a video throughout the whole summer, unless we sign him again. Yes, I might mention Antoine Griezmann in passing and all that stuff, but this may be the last video on Antoine Griezmann from me on McKola TV this summer. Of course, I've got to do one on Full-Time Devils a little bit later on today, but this is the one and only today. So, yeah, let's see. This may be the last one. Who's this Ed Woodward, fake Ed Woodward clown in the comments? Let's get him blocked. 1 second. That'll do. That's sorted. Right, get your questions in. 4-3-3 is our best system. Pogba, Herrera, Fabinho trio would be good. Perisic, Belotti up top. Ade says, look, Belotti's looked good for Torino, but I'm not sure he's the player we need, man. I don't think so. You always get these strikers that score a lot of goals in Italy or Spain or somewhere like that, and then you never hear from them again. Maybe if he does it another season, then let's have a look. But let's just relax a little bit, yeah. I don't think we should be signing players like that aren't necessarily guaranteed. Like, you look at someone like Griezmann, marquee signing. Belotti isn't that. And I don't think we should. Tito's in the house. How you doing, mate? Utkarsh, Ryan, how you doing, guys? Someone said they miss Rachel. You're never going to see Rachel on our McKola TV. Well, very unlikely. She's usually always on Full-Time Devils, so that's where you'll catch Rachel getting involved. Why did you do this, says Griezmann, says Jagat. Do we need a left back, says Islamic Reminders. Do we need a left back? I want to see Luke Shaw given a chance. And we do have Daley Blind who can play left back as well. Marcus Rojo who can play left back. So, no, I don't think we should sign a left back. I think we should sign a utility defender that can play probably full back and centre half. But I don't think we should buy a natural left back. Over 450 people in the house now. Thank you for joining us. Hope you guys are doing well. Romero, number 1, if De Gea goes, says Edge of Sanity. It could be. I would like to see us sign a new goalkeeper. You know, someone like a Hugo Lloris or someone like that. Donnarumma. But at the same time, Sergio Romero probably deserves his opportunity. We've got Joe Pereira coming through in the ranks. So maybe for one season, just to see how Sergio Romero does, it's not that bad of a move, is it? So, yeah, I would give Sergio Romero a chance, but I'm still holding out on the fact that we could keep David De Gea at the club. Tradib, how you doing, mate? Sorry, I wasn't ignoring your comments. The comments are just moving very, very quickly at this moment in time. Guys, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Man like Draper in the comments. Sure is injury prone, says Jesse. I disagree with that. I don't think he's injury prone. I think he's had a bad injury. And since coming back, he's picked up a few knocks. But I don't think it's necessarily injuries which make him injury prone. Whoop whoop, made it live, says Damiano. Sorry guys, I am trying to read your comments over here as well. Views on Varane, says Tulha. I said it earlier, I don't think Real Madrid would sell him to us, but they have sold bigger players in the past, the likes of Ozil, Di Maria. They do sometimes need to sell players to buy players, But the facts that Sky Sports are the ones that have come out with it makes me a little bit skeptical. Sky Sources usually means Guillem Balaguer, and he gets every single fucking thing wrong. Victor Lindelof says Sammy Mwenda. Well, Victor Lindelof, I don't know a huge lot about him. I don't watch a lot of Portuguese football, so I can't comment properly on Victor Lindelof. But if Jose thinks he's the man, he's apparently been after him for a while, then I trust his judgment, particularly with defenders. Jose knows how to sign defenders. It's what he does. My preferred striker for next season says Fake. It depends on Zlatan. If Zlatan stays, then no, we don't sign a striker because we should be using Martial and Rashford in number 9 position. Remember, we play a one-striker system. That's all we play. People go on like we play 4-4-2. Let's sign Lukaku, let's sign this, let's sign that. Why? We play a one-striker system. Bellotti, I've already commented on Bellotti's Shashwat. I'm not sure he's the man for Man United. Yes, he's had a great season for Torino, but I'm not too sure about that one, to be totally honest with you. Rashford needs to learn how ruthlessness in front of goals, something he lacks, says Richard. Nobody knew anything about Bailly. Look how that turned out, says Ash H. I did know a little bit about him, but you are right. I did not have an in-depth knowledge on him. I don't think many Man United fans had an in-depth knowledge on Eric Bailly, and he turned out to be a great signing. Gov Bandicoot says, any news from Don Bellon recently? No, that bellend has been quiet recently. Shout out to Trinidad, Kiel, and the Trinidadian Reds. How you guys doing? Perisic for left wing back, says Wilson. Sign me, says Adam Hayes. Any news on James Rodriguez, says Trevor? No. James Rodriguez, though, to me, I don't know what you guys think. You guys, if you agree with me, get it in the comments. To me, it seems like Real Madrid. Now, as I said with Varane earlier, Real Madrid usually sell players to buy players. They raise money to make a big signing. Now, with James Rodriguez, it seems to me like the agent and the Real Madrid are trying to force this bidding war for him. We heard Inter Milan made a big bid for him, and James Rodriguez rejected it because he wanted to sign for Man United. And then we had AS and Marca and all these Spanish outlets saying that Real Madrid had received offers for him. I'm not totally sure Man United want him. I think Ed Woodward would want him. I think Ed Woodward would want him for various reasons. He's one of the biggest players on social media. South American, Colombian player, so he can tap into those markets. He's a young player who will sell a lot of shirts. And he's a very good footballer as well. But he doesn't strike me as a Jose Mourinho signing. Not at all. He does not strike me as that. So, I'm not sure about that one. First Last, I think the name is. With some interesting comments there. Seems like he creeped out of his mum's arsehole to jump in the comments section. How about you do one, pal? Over 500 people in the house right now. Make sure you hit that like button. Surely we can get at least half of you guys to like the stream. So make sure you click that like button right now. Colby agrees. He says Real desperately want to get rid of him. Tito Jr. says marketing. I think he's talking about James Rodriguez. And I think I am right in saying he's one of the most big players on social media. John says he just did a 4-mile jog. Now me and John tomorrow are doing the Wolf Run, which is an assault course, going through mud, going through water, going under things, over things. I think it's 10 kilometers. And me and my cousin John are doing that tomorrow. It's going to be difficult. I haven't trained for it, so I'm just going to go all out there. Will full-time Devils be on the US tour? Says Joy Brittle. Says with Man United. We'll never be with Manchester United because the club don't like to do anything with us. But we may be on the pre-season tour. Keep your ears to the ground, and I'm sure we'll let you know if we do eventually make it out there. I've had so much shout-outs from guys over in America to meet up if we do get out there, so I'm sure it'll be a great one if we do. Scott Hutchinson, how you doing, mate? JMUFC says, who do you see us signing? I'm not too sure. Che Booth says, Theresa May. Painting. That's what floats your boat, mate. But what I would say is Corbyn's the painting, so make sure you vote Labour. People always complaining about James being a Real Madrid reject. I'd take a Real Madrid reject. Yeah, Yared, I agree with you. I don't think there's wrong with being a Real Madrid reject. They sell so many players that can still go on to do things. The thing with James Rodriguez is, though, I just don't see Manchester United signing him. 619 WWE fan says he just subbed to my channel. Thank you very much for subscribing to my channel, mate. Any new subscribers, thank you for joining us as well. Welcome to McKola TV. Of course, I still do stuff with Full Time Devils, but this is my own channel. This is where I do my own stuff. As you can see, this is MUFC Transfer Talk number 3. This is our third live video of the summer so far, talking about transfers. We've had 3 in 3 days so far. I'm not sure if I'll have one on tomorrow, as after the Wolf run, I'm going to be absolutely fucked. I'm going to go and eat. I'm going to come home and watch the Champions League final. So I doubt we'll have a live stream tomorrow. Sunday, I'm at the Carrick Testimonial. I'm going to do a vlog of that for my channel. So we'll see how that goes. And then Monday may be the next live MUFC Transfer Talk. So make sure you join us for that. It'll be a chock-a-block one, I'm sure, as there'll be loads over the weekend. Ewan has also subscribed. Syrinx is in the house as well. Samit Badra says, my thoughts on Messi to Manchester United. I give that rumour a 10 out of 10. It's going to happen. It's on. Surely. Of course it's fucking not on. Lee Parsons says he unsubbed just to resub. Thanks, mate. I think that counts. In that logic, Robin is also a Real Madrid reject. Exactly, mate. Exactly. Governor Bandicoot's been in the house since 1. I seen someone mention Al Sharari. I'm not sure about that one. Don't. Hi, Lewis. How you doing? Andy Mansa, let's just buy the whole Real Madrid team. They sell them back higher. Keep up the great work, Adam, says Paul. Thank you very much, Paul. WWE fan. I used to watch WWE when it was WWF. And this is going way off topic. But I saw some of the earliest WrestleManias. Weird thing. My grandma used to love the Ultimate Warrior. So I used to watch the early days WWF. And then I grew up watching that. And then, obviously, Stone Cold Steve Austin was my guy. I used to watch that throughout school. WrestleMania 18, I think it was an absolute classic. And 15. All of that stuff was great. But WWF now, for me, whenever I see it, it's just like, I stopped watching when I left school. So now, it's not for me anymore. But whatever floats your boat. Interesting in Varane now, apparently, says Jay. How many players have we been linked with this summer? Incredible, must be at least 100 already. Anonymous says I don't respond. When I've responded to his comments about 50 times in this stream. RIP Ultimate Warrior says okayish. RIP Eddie Guerrero says, Jordan, I'm not laughing at the fact that, I'm just laughing that me talking about WWF has prompted loads of RIP messages. Ultimate Warrior was the man. But, I have to say, yeah, Stone Cold was the greatest. Kaushik says WCW was the best Sting and Goldberg. Now listen, I used to go to my cousin's house on a weekend and my cousin used to always watch WCW and we used to argue over what we're going to watch. We'd watch both eventually, but I'd usually use the argument as well because he was a lot older than me. So guys, thank you for joining us today. As you can see, yeah, this whole thing has gone off topic recently. And we're losing people watching as well. So yeah, if you've enjoyed the chat today, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, share, comment below as well. If you didn't watch us live, then where were you at? Make sure you hit that notification button so you get the notification next time we go live. Thank you all for joining us. Hope you all have a great Friday evening. You guys that are just about to break your fast, hope you enjoy your food. You guys that ain't fasting, ain't Muslim, hope you enjoy your Friday. And to myself, I'm going to get out of here now and I'm going to chill out this evening. I've got to do Full Time Devils at 11 o'clock, so that will get done. But till then, I am fully relaxing. Right then, guys, join me on Full Time Devils at 11. For now, though, I'm Adam McKola. I'm out of here. Love you, Josh. Love you, Nishan. Love you, Matt. Love you, M10. Ryan. M10 again. All the comments coming through. JMUFC. Yeah, you know what I mean. Love you all. John, Gary, JH. In a bit.